another live stream with Phrankleen. If you're watching this for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button, helps the algorithm. If you like what I'm about, give consideration to smashing the subscribe button and select the all option, the bell and the all option, so you're notified when I'm on a live stream like this, okay? Or when I have a recorded content, okay? So welcome to Say It Like It Is. Say It Like It is basically a segment where people send me their stories to my email address. It's in the description box below if you're watching this on YouTube. So if they resonate with me, I'll basically convert it to a live stream like this, and then we can talk about it with the hope of learning one or two things from it. And if it's a pre-recorded content, sort of a similar format, okay? If you can hear me, you can see me, smash that like button, smash the like button so we can gain traction. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, all right? What's going on, man? Welcome to Story Time. Let's get these shows started. Omo T, what's up? What's going on? Red Pill Zulu, what's up, people? So, to get on with the show. Now, over time, like in the past few weeks, I've had similar stories, and I'd say a couple of months, man. Ola Oluwajuwon Motayo, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? So, I've had similar, sort of similar emails, from mostly, gentlemen, and there was one female, okay? It was basically, their stories are unique to them, but from my standpoint, they're all similar. Now, a bunch of brothers, married men, they're great, they're doing well with their life. What's up, Ava? I see you. Didn't even know you watch my channel. Good to see you here. All right, man. So, a bunch of these dudes, right? They have all these experiences that are unique to them, bro. As I was saying, from my standpoint as a reader of their emails and stuff, they're quite similar. Okay, so I'll give you like a snippet of a couple of these stories, and then so I can focus on the topic at large, and then we can vibe. You can leave your comments, and we'll see how it goes. Now, as you would know, as you would appreciate, it's quite prevalent in the Black community. In our communities, there is this thing that's been going on for donkey years, for as long as we've been in the diaspora, generations before now and stuff, about, a lot of people frown upon the idea of bringing your wife from back home, particularly if, say, you've married from back home or you have a woman back home. Oh, don't bring them to the West. If you bring them to the West, they will turn out to be three-headed dragons, and they will absolutely obliterate your life. They will take everything that you've worked for. They will rip you to shreds. You end up on the curbs, the pavement outside, and all that shebang. There is a substantive element of truth in that, but I'll do my very best to approach this without a shred of bias and share my views and also welcome people's views. Now, so one of the gentlemen said he met this high school sweetheart from back home in Nigeria. They've been dating. That was the first story, okay? This was back in early January this year. So they've been dating, and on and off, years ago, and then got to a point they took it seriously and stuff. So he then decided to come to England and stuff. So he found his feet over time, and then he went home, professed his love, did all the normal stuff. They got married. He came back to the UK, eventually filed for her. Now, I can only go by the submission. So the brother has cut the chase to, within the two shakes of a duck, still getting into the system. Oh, she made friends with some people, yada, yada, yada. And he used the word to say, oh, over time, I couldn't control her. That right there, that's a dead giveaway. I couldn't control her, And it got to a point, everything cracked and fell apart. And she used the system against me. It got really ugly, ended acrimoniously, lost his marriage, lost the woman. She moved on, right? There's another one. He said, before bringing her to the UK, he had a meeting with the wife's family back home. I can imagine the typical Nigerian setting, with the wife's parents, everybody sat down. Right, listen to me, when you get to the UK, you don't do X, Y, Z, da 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 da. And she sat there, no problem, baby, Because Suala come, no problem. And this. So it was a case of, there's a long checklist of, I don't want you having multiple friends. I don't want you doing this and this and this in the church that, you'll be attending with me. I don't want you talking to people after service. I don't want this. I want to come home and make my bread. I earn good enough money when you get to the UK. I want you to just focus on the kids, blah, 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 blah. So the parents, most families, they're very dodgy, they're toxic, they're evil, because a lot of them, they want to benefit from the Forex. They will push their daughter forward and say, yes, Olati, Tokolashe, you must listen to your husband and all that stuff, yeah? Because they themselves, they want to use their daughter as a means to carry on getting Forex from either the UK, the US, Germany, wherever you find yourself, right? Now, the woman jumped on the plane with her husband. They got to the UK. So husband, he said, oh, yeah. So, and then lady kind of found a way. Boom. The first thing she did was took a driving test. Boom. Husband was like, you don't need a driver's license. I have a 4x4. I'm driving. There's no need for that. We don't need 2 cars. And the lady said, no, I'm at home. She passed the theory test. That was where the war started from. This guy put this in writing to me. Wife got her full driver's license after taking tests, and then eventually, broke free from the idea of she's going to sit at home with just procreating and raising kids. So she jumped out, found a job. Again, the guy said he lost control. He believes that the friend were feeding her, da 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 da. And then it got to a point, after about 2.5, roughly 3 years, the woman just called him one Sunday afternoon and said, Ogbeni, Miyoshima, took their only child, who was a really young child, and she moved out. She actually moved out of the husband's house and rented a place, and she pushed on from there. He did everything, went back to the in-laws in Nigeria, trying to get them, trying to use the religious weapon, like I call it, the pastors, to reel her in. She wasn't listening to anybody. So when the pastors from the church and so-called elders were calling this woman and applying what one would regard as emotional blackmail, she told one of her friends, and those ones that lived in the UK longer, they told her what to do. She called the police, and the police had those ones done, on the grounds of harassment. Stop calling her. One more call, you're going to get prosecuted. So they had to back off. So that guy, boom, lost his so-called wife as well. Now, the very fresh one, the very recent one, was the gentleman that said, he brought her here, and the agreement before they left Nigeria was, when they get that, they had a plan, we're going to have the first child, you stay with the child. He said he works in IT. So he works in IT, he works as a project manager, and he said he earns about 500 or 600 pounds a day. They live on the edge of London. So he feels that with 500-600 pounds or whatever a day, not even with the IR35, are you joking? So he will be able to cater for the family. He wants her to stay back. Fair enough. He said the woman agreed to, okay, Malonyu, I'll give birth to the first child, I'll stay at home and all that. So it got here, and then what she didn't tell him was before she left Nigeria, while she was waiting for him, because he was here too before her, she had learned about two popular programming languages, SQL, and then he was a C# or something, about 2 or 3 programming languages. She didn't tell him. She was learning programming languages, which is quite sexy, if I may. She was learning. So she got here. Remember, the plan with the husband was you stay at home, you get pregnant, we have the first child. So she sat with a couple of people that she knows. Oh, I got these. I know SQL. I got this. So people here already in the system were like, yo, with these, you can get these and these and this and this. They helped her with a CV. And then boom, she got a nice job. It's human nature. It's not gender specific. She got a nice job, and that was where the battle lines got drawn. And the husband was like, you got to drop the job. We agreed that you were going to get pregnant. And then the wife said, nah, we're going to have a child, but let's hit the pause button. I like this job. Let me also earn. I'm not going anywhere, but dude didn't like it. Oh, so you're here in the West now? Oh, so you're growing wings now? Oh, so this and this and this. I filed a visa for you. I yada yada yada. I bloody bloody blah 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 blah. So he said in the course of the conversation, when he said, I brought you to the UK, I filed. So the wife said, okay, pause. The money you spent to file for me to bring me here, give it to me. I'll pay you back. Oh, dude lost it. Oh, you are not going to pay me back. And I said, no. Plus the flight ticket, I appreciate. But now you want to dangle that over my head. I'll pay you back. So eventually, it became a wider family problem and all that stuff. The marriage eventually crashed. Now, those are the snippets. I can go on and on. The only part that I don't like about the third woman is you agreed that you were going to start a family with your man, and you saw the pound sterling sign, and then you pull plugs. But then I'm not, as you'd appreciate, I don't exist in the confines of these families. So probably there could have been a better way to approach that conversation rather than being snaky and all that. But I commend her for learning 3 programming languages, and being able to get a job in the UK. That's amazing. Now, those are the snippets. There's plenty more of these stories. They're quite similar. So, and I said I'm going to balance this. I'll come at these based on what I know to be facts, experiences, things you've heard, things you've seen happen. And I will also come at this from the angle of Ifa. Let me put a disclaimer or a notice. As you'd appreciate, I am not a Christian. Neither am I a Muslim. I'm a proud practitioner of Ifa, African spirituality, okay? So, I am going to come at this at some point from the spirituality point of view, and you'll find out very soon. So I thought I'll put that out there. Now, the problem that we have is a lot of these problems about bringing partners from back home and all that, they emanate from the toxic culture that we've got from back home. So let's go back to the foundation before we then bring it back in, okay? And what does that mean? the toxic culture, okay? I'm a man, but unfortunately, some of the things we call culture that people have grown, you've grown up to be an adult to see them as, oh, this is the way of doing things. They're toxic. They're very dangerous. And what do I mean? So in Africa, let me narrow it down. In Nigeria, there is a bad culture that enables a man to commodify a woman. You see, right there, that is where the core of a lot of all these relationship and union-related problems, that's where they emanate from. Because if you look at the state of mind, okay, it's okay to profess your love for someone, that, oh, you love them, or you claim that you want to spend life with them or build family, whatever with them, right? But I'm talking from a man's standpoint. The toxic culture allows for me to commodify my woman, and I want to be able to enjoy that, normalize that, clamp a woman down to the ground and give them a set of rules on how they should live the rest of their lives for cohabiting with you now. And you basically want to clamp them down and tell them precisely how to live their lives. That basically is the core of a lot of the problems that we have. Commodifying a woman, it signifies one thing. Do you know what that does? It signifies, it indicates, it exposes you as a man, as a weak man. It exposes your weakness. You don't even need to be a relationship expert or have a PhD to know that. Because if you have to clamp down another human being for your own gratification, then there's something wrong with you. Because, you see, it stems from this whole idea of, I paid your bride price. You hear men, I own you. It's a very poisonous outlook and statement. So it brings out the fragility. It just exposes you as a weak man. And there is plenty of men like that in our community. Because, okay, so you can call me crazy. So I claim to love a woman. I'm bringing her over to England, right? From Nigeria. Okay, great stuff. And then you've got to descend so low and create a list and say, I don't want you to be friends with this person in church. I don't want you to talk to that person. I don't want you to, come on, bro. That's a lot of to-do list, man, for another human being. Some men can't even bear to see their woman just smiling at another man. Oh, that man is basically trying to sleep with them. And that's where the insecurity gets triggered. Now, let's talk about cultural difference. What's so special about the West? The problem is, here in the West, as you'd appreciate, there's a huge cultural difference, environmental factor. There is nothing we can do about it. The UK is not Nigeria. The UK is not Africa. The US is totally different. So, again, there's a lot of trigger points. We're all humans, right? Even me as a man, I digress. Think about it as an individual. So, you're coming from an environment where you're not allowed to express yourself, be yourself. Everything about you is clamped down. You're pushed into a corner. You have to do as you're told because it's the norm. And I get to an environment where, hang on, I can articulate myself. I can express myself. Once you can taste, you can see the light, you're never going back into darkness. It's just human nature. So I'm going to just stay with me because I'm going to balance all of this. If you marry a woman from back home where you've commodified the woman, if she pisses you off, you beat the crap out of her. I can say that wholeheartedly. Nigeria, you gave her dirty slaps or whatever. If she goes to the police station, 99.999%, the police are going to fling that woman out. The only time that people get exposed, the only reason, that people get exposed in this day and age, thanks to social media. Social media, digital platform, the existence of the internet and all the smartphones and having platforms like Instablog and all these places where people can film things and put it in the public domain and it goes viral and thousands of eyeballs can see it and people can run to that person's aid and hopefully help them and expose the perpetrators. Do you get what I'm saying? So if it's a woman that you're married to, it doesn't matter, maybe she had 2 children by you, and you're beating the crap out of that woman back home, or at the UK. Think about it, man. You beat the living daylight out of the woman. Okay, you come back, you're drunk. I'm just talking hypothetically. And your wife said, where are you coming from? Why are you like this? Or the children haven't got any food. Or we need money for this and this. Kapow, you put your hands on her, you brutalize her, right? You get away with it back home. Easy work. Let's not beat about the bush. You will get away with it in the motherland. Oh, you will. You're used to that. Then at some point in your life, you decide to go to the UK with the same woman. Oh, my lule now. Daniel, like, go to that. You want to go to England? You want to go to the US? Of course. Let's go. But don't forget, she has a brain. She's not stupid. You jump on that flight, you're coming to the UK, payback is a bitch. So she realizes you don't need a university degree for this. So she realizes that, oh, hang on. If this man starts his craziness, his Oscar performance again, and he slaps me, oh, in the interest of safety, I can pick the phone and call the police. And they're going to come here within 10, 15 minutes. You think she's not going to call the police? Yeah, I don't need you to agree with me. You're already telling me you don't agree. You see, you're so insensitive that you're trying to justify domestic abuse. I'm giving you hypotheticals. You're already trying to explain away. That's how some of you brothers, you put yourself on the negative spotlight. You probably think I'm pandering to women. No, I'm not. Do you know the name of this segment? It's called Say It Like It Is. I don't do bias. And that's the problem. Oh, Phrankleen, you're comparing the West and Africa. No, how can, this is the problem that we have as Africans. Why are we as Africans, why are we trying to own violence and abuse? Why is violence and abuse, why is it unique to us as Africans? Now, do you know what's funny? If you didn't come to the West, if the white man profiles you as being aggressive and intimidating, you shout racism. So which one is it? In our country, our culture, it's not culture, it's toxic. Some of you, with all due respect, Phrankleen, you are wrong here. What is culture? Agbaman, please. I'd like to, your username is faceless, but articulate yourself. Give me facts. That's the problem with Africans. That's exactly what this show is about. And I like that reaction. Stop. You're too arrogant. Why don't you put your mouth where your money will come back tonight? Zawadi aburi daruni. Like you block. Yeah, I know. You don't understand. I have no filter. You understand me? You understand? If you get worked up because of what I'm saying, I'll block you. I don't care. In fact, that's what makes me unique. I'm not a conformist. If you come at me with foolishness, I will rip you to shreds. Mi ò ráyè. You understand what I'm saying? I don't pander. There's no filter here. You understand? You can disagree with me. We can have back and forth. The moment you come at me with foolishness or name calling, my block yaidan yawirini. This is not your mom's platform. You understand me? Don't do that, man. Some of you in the place of work where you work, where you dare not even look at your white employees and managers, right? You dare not even frown at them. You come on my YouTube platform, you start running your mouth like a bathroom tap just because your skin is getting hot. We have to talk about these uncomfortable things. One of the things that get me angry is when Africans we like to own violence. We like to own toxicity as our culture. No, it's not. There are some of these African, I digress, I'm going to go back to the topic. There are some of these African content creators, right? I'm not going to name anybody. You see them. I see them all the time, right? There's a particular one. She's a young lady. I've got nothing against her. But every part of her skit is always beating down her daughter, always slapping them. Everything is that woman where if the daughter tries to challenge a thought process or get a bit expressive, it's about slapping down. And we call it, the slap to reset your thought process. I get it. There are times where you've got to be firm, but why is it that we lack critical thinking? You understand me? This is exactly what we are addressing. And you see people laughing where there's a lot of damaged people in our community. If all you've known growing up is being struck down, being beat down, getting struck down, getting bit down, you're going to do exactly the same to your children. That's why a lot of us, when you grow older, you don't have healthy relationship with your children. They also go with the defects into life and pass it on. You hear Africans saying, oh yeah, our culture. They're a beautiful African culture, but this is not one of them. Commodifying women is not one of them. I'm telling you, man, even some of you grew up in households where you saw your fathers put hands on your moms when you were growing up as young kids. Fathers that will kick through the door like Clint Eastwood. Boom, where's my food? Why didn't you open the gate? Kapow. Some of you grew up. Your dad is just like that scary figure. We call it discipline. Oh, dad is a tough man, is a disciplinarian. No, it's not. It's not. Very wicked women that love striking their children every single time. They call them this, oh, she's like Margaret Thatcher. Oh, she's a disciplinarian. Misuse of words. No, she's not. She's not a disciplinarian. She's an abuser. That's why there's so many people with trauma and PTSDs, mental health issues in the Black community. They've bastardized the word culture. You're trying to. No. I'm not a white man. Who told you this is about me juxtaposing, African culture with British culture? No. Talk about how women abuse their house helps. John, stay focused. We're not scoring points. Interestingly, I've talked about that before in a previous show. Okay? This is not gender war, and this is not gender bias. I'm coming. Momeye Bolakbo. The problem is some of you men, you get riled up because you don't want to hear it. I know. Oh, you think I didn't think about this before I came live? I know. Even offline, you find yourself in a barber shop, a social gathering, African men, you already, the veins in your neck is about to pop. They call you coconut and all things. Oh yeah, oh, you're a simp. Simp. The point I'm trying to make is, it's a myth about, oh, if you bring your wife from Africa, they will absolutely destroy you. It's a myth. And I'll break it down. It's just a misconception. You know why? My relationship is unique to me. The woman I am with is unique to me. I can't compare my life with the guy next door, with any other gentleman watching me right now, because that woman is unique in our ways, in our reasoning, in our background, in our upbringing. You understand me? Your relationship, your backgrounds, we're all unique. Do you understand? No, they can't go out. I mean, go you already gone. Because some of them have limited vocabulary. They get one to get wound up. They don't want to have logical reasoning, so they turn to attack and they want to start calling names and start attacking my person. My munof and my block here that me omo me Franco for my your karate chops, load the platform, me my block yeah down. No time, man. If you like, go on with the rest of your life. You know, you don't have to ever listen to me again. Go and live your best life. I wish you all the best. But don't come here and turn my platform to, karate ground, emotional, all this thing. No time, man. No time. So all these people, right? Be nice to your women. You understand? It's like, come on, bro. There are plenty of Nigerians watching me. Let me talk to my people here. You know what I'm saying now. You don't even need Phrankleen to tell you, man. When you commodify a woman, you keep her down. You know what I'm saying? That's even what some of these men, it's so evil. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm going to talk to the women. I'm coming. But some of these people, you go to your village. You go to Nigeria, you go to the outskirts of town, you go and look for one innocent young lady with the hope that as soon as you bring her into the UK, you bam, 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 you get her pregnant before the first child turns two, the next pregnancy, so that you keep that woman clamped down. You compulsorily turn her to a housewife to raise children. This is not even, a mutual agreement. Like, she decides to sit at home and raise the children. No. So she then gets here. She sees the light. She doesn't want the abuse. Let's call a spade, man. It's not the case for every man, but there are some men, you don't understand the simple concept that, okay, you come home, this is your wife. Here's another point I was going to make. Here's your wife in bed. Yes, you have a blood shot in your genitalia. You're horny. You want to make love. You want some of that sugar wall. There are adults watching me. There are plenty of times. Welcome to real life. The wife just not in the mood. Like, oh, babe, I'm just tired. I want to sleep. Can we, when we wake up in the morning, I'll make love to you. But because you want that coochie there and there, you become violent. You become aggressive. I know what I'm saying. This idea of it's mine, it comes from that vagina is attached to the entirety of your being that I own. How dare you say no? Cap out. Or there are women in marriages. that are being sexually violated by their husbands. In the culture, some of the toxic culture we've got back home, if you go and tell your mom, I will bet everything, some of these people, if a woman goes and tell her mom or women in the family or someone and say, my husband beat me up and forcefully ripped my pants, and just, they will ask you as a woman, even fellow women, will ask you to keep your mouth shut and give it to him. He has the right to take it. Did you hear what I said? It's the underground promotion of sexual abuse. Commodifying women is a silent form of slavery. We just don't use that word openly. Commodifying a woman is a silent form of slavery. Some of you morons, men, you're here. But frankly, I have a daughter. And I don't even need to have a daughter to know this. I have a daughter. You think I want to see a man violate my daughter? I don't violate my wife. I don't violate the woman I am with. Now me get them now. Let me get them. You own her. You get in there, you take it. You're sugarcoating rape. You think, because I paid your bride price. In fact, I own everything about you. How dare you speak up? Then you have all these toxic elders that will sit down and ring fence that woman. It is the culture. You do as some women run to this religious charlatans, right? They run to these religious, charlatans. And they will make sure that you conform. They wouldn't educate you on both parties on how to cohabit properly. So, like I said, this is the breeding ground for a truckload of these problems. Those women now get visas to come to an environment that does not promote such culture. What do you think? What do you think? Even you as a man, let's call a spade a spade. If you were working back in Africa in a factory where zero human right, zero employment rights, zero holiday, you were not paid for months, they don't care, they treated you like a doormat, you got the chance to travel to the UK. Just get a job in a grocery store. And then you were like, huh? You see that your store manager, hello, good morning, Tunde. How are you? This. And you realize that you have employment contract, employment rights. You were like, huh? Sorry, please, I was just wondering if you can please give me 2 days off next. No, it's fine. You're entitled to holiday. You can use it. Huh? Would you go back and work in that factory where you were treated like a doormat? Do you get where I'm coming from now? Would you go back to that factory? Would you go back? This is not even gender specific. Will you go back? This is just logical reasoning. So some of you want to come and defend the indefensible from a selfish standpoint because you are beneficiaries of commodifying women. I get it. I understand the psychological warfare that's going on with some of my brothers because you're beneficiaries of that patriarchy, of that nastiness. So it's the same way that white slave owners are being asked to abolish slavery, and they don't want to let go because they are profound beneficiaries. It's the same way. It's a form of slavery. Boy. Now, I said earlier at the start of the show, I'm a proud practitioner of Ifa. Ifa ileri me. Ifa tori eni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe. Ifa orí mi rèé. I don't think there's a problem with bringing someone. There are also, let's also say on the record, there are plenty of women, countless, that bring men abroad. There are plenty of women. There are plenty of women that have, all they've done wrong in their lives is just saw a guy, fell in love, they got here first, and they decided to fall for him. There are plenty of women that have done that. Some of them ended up regretting. Some of them worked out for them. They are living happily today. There are plenty of women that have filed for men to come abroad. There are plenty. In fact, some are filling their forms as we speak. Imi ma padà jẹ́ big gbẹ̀yìn. Let's also, before I crack on, we talk about the Ifa, the spiritual standpoint. Yes, humans have got selfishness in them. There are also women that will bring men and they will attempt to ring fence them and try to cage them. It will blow back in your face. You understand me? So let me take you back to the start. Based on where I am now in life, based on my knowledge, and I'm not, trying to ask you to become an Ifa practitioner. It would be nice if you check out Ifa. Ifa is amazing. So if I was going to get with someone now, let's say, I'm single, all this sexiness, this black excellence, you dig, I would carry out divination. What do I mean? If you select the woman or the man that the universe has ordained to be yours, and you're going to be all right. You'll be fine. There's so many people. The reason why your life is taking a sharp left, some of the truckload of problems you're dealing with today, is because you picked the wrong person. I'm telling you for free. There are women today, the calamity you're dealing with today, if you trace it back to the start, it's emanated from picking the wrong man, and it absolutely destroyed your life. Yes. And vice versa. There are men. You have a bright, promising future. You picked the wrong woman. You got between her legs. You got into that sugar wall. You made a bunch of children with the wrong energy. And the entirety of your life took a sharp left, took a decline, and you're never coming back from it. Believe me. You're going to be all right. If you align your ori, align more the right person, you're going to be all right. If you align with the one that the universe has ordained for you as a partner, you'll be all right. So it wouldn't matter if, you got to the UK first or the US first and then you filed for them or they filed for you. You wouldn't be dubious. There wouldn't be dubious. There will be imperfections, but you'll be able to build life. You see, the person, the right energy, if you marry the right energy, because check this out, man. Individually, we have goals in life. We have dreams. We have visions. We have where we are going. The worst thing that can happen to any human being is to amalgamate your energy with the wrong entity and cohabit with them. The love-making side of things, I know I make jokes about sugar walls and all that. There's a huge amount of spirituality behind sex. Forget the enjoyment that comes with it. The mixture of the bodily fluid with the wrong energy. There's some men, the woman you are pounding week in, week out is a totally wrong energy. It's not about having the biological ability to get pregnant and have a bunch of children. It goes beyond that. So like I was saying, if I say I were going to peak now, I might die funny. That's why, look at it as humans. There's so many beautiful billions, multi-millions of beautiful women. This one is gorgeous. That one is absolutely gorgeous. This one has a breast like this, that booty like this. Doesn't necessarily mean they are ideal to be your partner. The universe will always coordinate your movement. Orima Dari Ashani, you will come within the jurisdiction of that person that you are meant to pick. Elomiti for tiny. Some women, in the name of, oh, I'm in my prime, I'm 25, oh, I'm still 26, I don't care. That could have been your life partner. You pushed him to the curb. You ended up picking the wrong one, right? That person is gone. That person as well will not get fulfilled wherever they are. Fact. The right energy. Oh, let's say you're talking to 2 or 3 gentlemen right now. I'm not saying talking to them, getting them to pound you to dust and collecting money from them. Just date right now and vice versa, right? And you're looking to settle down. Not die, fale lori. If fire lady me, if uncovers everything, man. And the funny thing about human nature, sometimes it'll be the one that you think, oh God, she's so gorgeous. Oh my God, I love her so much. The infatuation might just stem from the fact that she's great in bed. There's more to life than that. Funny enough, what I've realized as humans is we don't have it all. A woman might look absolutely stunning. When it comes to behavior, she is, gosh, nothing to write home about. A man might look absolutely sexy, chocolate, looks fire, educated, master's degree, has a nice job, works for IBM, blah, 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 utterly useless as a father. Hell yeah. There was a lady that emailed me. You know, how can you prove Ifa works? I don't have to prove anything to you. All right? I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm not here to prove. That's not how it works, man. Me, I'm fully initiated to that order. You dig? It's not about, oh, can you prove? Can Ifa pick lottery numbers? Now you're talking to the wrong guy. I'll prove to you. Ifa is a way of life. Ifa let you, man. So you go and divine, and the custodian of the secrets of the universe might tell you, the Ifa priest will tell you that there's no compatibility with this person. Let them go. Ah, this guy? Yes. Do I have books on Ifa? Actually, I have 4 copies of this. I'm selling 3. If you want, send me an email. It's got 256 Odus of Ifa. It's a Ifa book. I brought them from Nigeria. You can't find them here. They're very, very good. If you want to buy it, send me an email. It's roughly £100, man. They're not cheap books. All right? I've got 3 copies for sale. So, put that aside, man. I'm talking about the spiritual standpoint. So we can start to undo a lot of these, this plethora of problems about life choices and mistakes that people make. Do you understand? Do you understand? You need to, man. What is your email? foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Look in the description below. A lot of people, think about it, people pick life partners based on, oh, his family, oh, they've got money. His family has loads of money. Or maybe at the time that you met him, his dad has a position in a popular political party. They are happening right now. They live in these big houses. They appear to be powerful. They got police around. They got fat bank accounts. And then you just pick him because the family has money. The political office will leave. The fame will wither. When you get in, you then realize that there is more than meets the eye. The problem is that some Africans don't like truth and they don't think critically at all. They tagged bad stuff to our beautiful culture. Thank you, Samson. Oh, yeah. So-called Christians, of course. Christians will say Ifa is fetish. That's another topic for another day. The fact that you would even, I'm a Yoruba man. My bloodline emanated from Oduduwa land, Yoruba land in Nigeria. So a religion that's alien to my bloodline will then mentally condition me to look at Ifa as, oh, it's fetish. The word fetish is an English word. You get it? But let's put that aside, man. So I'm basically banging on about compatibility checks. All right? I'm banging on about compatibility checks. That's one of the major problems that we have. There are people, even here abroad, that, at the time that they are trying to settle down, they're looking for papers because they're stuck in the shadow of the system. And they're stuck in the shadow of the system. In the process of looking for papers, I met Lady A. I don't know much about Lady A. She's beautiful. She has vagina between her legs. She has a couple of breasts. She's working somewhere full time. She's earning. Get her pregnant. If we procreate, I can file to the immigration department and get my papers. Boom. That's how some people settle down. Yes, there are women. Women are emotional beings. There are plenty of women in this diaspora that the man that they are with right now was based on the fact that they were cornered. They had no choice. Everybody's saying you gotta put your back down and bust your legs wide open. So call it back so you can get your papers. You gotta procreate. This guy is okay. Somebody knows someone, but there is no compatibility. You get on with it anyway because you want the papers in the West. I understand the pressure. You make life-shattering choices. To come back from those choices, most people never come back. It changes the course, the pathway of your life. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 children, boom. It's the wrong person. There are plenty of people. And your Ori will be telling you, your subconscious, mama software. Have you not noticed? Some of you know what I'm saying. You are with someone, there's always a gaping hole in your heart. There's a vacuum in terms of how you feel about that person. However, it doesn't matter if you go to Cyprus on holiday, however much they try to treat you, something isn't right. There's an imbalance. That's why there is no connection. Some of you know this deep down inside. The father of your children that you are telling, daddy, today, daddy, bayo. You're just going through each day. There is no connection because it's spiritual. I'm telling you, man. You can call me crazy. You can call me whatever. The problem is when, hi, Phrankleen. Let me see. I sent you a message in January, but I have not heard back from you. Please check your email. Thanks for all you do. Justina Rogers. All right, Justina. Your subconscious, your inner man, software, you know that there is something off. But you're gone so deep that you just get on with it. You're not fulfilled. That's the word I'm looking for. Lack of fulfillment. It's, oh my God, it's countless. You're just there. Ori mi ma jẹ́ kí n kú sórí mo ṣe. Ori mi ma jẹ́ kí n kú sórí mo jìyà. Aside from that, Phrankleen, if your intentions are agenda reading, to use a whole Ishada spiritual being having a human experience as your Ategun, it's destined to end in tears and regret. Boom! Thank you, Z. Let me shock you. Thank you, Toyin, for the super chat. Let me shock you. Let me drop this. This life, yeah. The layers of complexity amongst we Africans is mind freaking blowing. Did you know that? There are some partners that cohabit. Some of you, your perception of your partner is different from who they really are. What do I mean? Z's comment has uncovered something now. Or let me say triggered something in my thought process. So I've seen this a few times. You see, the reason why, hey, forgive me, I'm going to offend some people, man. The reason why some men would pick some of you women, oh my Lord, Shayewu, they will go and do divination unscrupulously. And they would see, Omwala Jenie, your Ori, the way the universe is created you. You are like a walking treasure box. So they would use you as a springboard for success. They would use you as a ladder for their own financial and spiritual upliftment. What does that mean? Some women, deep down in your subconscious, you know, in your relationship, you know there's something about you that's off. There is no sense of fulfillment. Every time the man climbs on you, you see it as lovemaking. Where are your evidences? This guy, man, you're down, man. No man, sham, idiot, man. Let me tell you, man, you don't have to believe me. I mean, I will speak my truth, my knowledge, yeah? Don't come here to draw battle lines. I will kick you off. No need time. Omo, your backbone bill enemy, and I'm growing my knowledge in this pathway. We are a wonderful race, black race. We also have a lot of dark energies in our midst. You understand? Humans are devious. Some of you, that's what I'm saying. Compatibility checks are crucial. Some of you, you might meet a guy. Hello, you meet their parents. You don't know who they are. Hello, my darling. How are you? Nice to meet you. Hello, ma. And then, oh, I went to University of such and such. Oh, hello, you're so lovely. You're my son's boy. Some of them, their parents, they would go behind your backs. They would look, not just normal compatibility checks, because some of them belong in very dark stuff. They would look into your ori, talelei. Who is this being? Who are you? They will go. So, you're a walking treasure box. Basically, you have that universal energy to create wealth. What do you think? At that point, love is out of the window. They will get their son to keep you within the confines of the family. Some of them, even their parents, they will use you. Some of you might think, what the hell is this guy banging on about? Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Everything is not spiritual. No, we're talking about spirituality here. Right now, okay? You understand me? If it's not for you, do me a favor. Go and watch Nollywood movie. Go on Netflix. Go and watch something else. You understand me? So, it's that simple. Those that get it, let them listen. If it's not for you, jog on. Go do something else. I want Berry, Ashiri, Rash breed. You don't have an idea. Spirituality, energies. There are some of you, I'm addressing you as individuals now. You have goals. You have dreams. You will never get to the best of you because of who you are with. You will never. Before you know, the best part of your youth is gone. There are plenty of people walking the pavement every day. You know you're not fulfilled. You know there's something wrong. You can't put your hand on it. But you have a bunch of kids now. You have bills to pay. Life is just coming at you at 1,000 miles per hour. You just get on with it. Your Ori is telling you, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Your being, it should die and somewhere. Sometimes, I've seen cases where people, you've already gone really deep, with your partner, you have a bunch of children now. It's not easy to just opt and leave. You see, when you go and divine, Ifa is not, it doesn't pander to anyone. The divination will uncover, will cater to whatever complexities is in your life. If I will let you know. Now, it's up to you as a human being to then make your choices or your decisions. Thank you, Isla. The truckload of problems that people deal with, these complexity here, the relationship problems, that's why. That's why. Àìmọye tó ń fàyà lùyà pẹ̀lú. Even we as men, we've got to be very careful, man, where you throw that nozzle. That's why you see some men, the moment they spiritually connect with the wrong woman, everything about you will crash. Ẹlòmíì, àṣìṣe máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Àmì ìkórìíra máa wà nínú ìgbésí ayé ẹ̀. Àjálù máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. You might be so educated, you've got all the qualifications, you're a smart guy, you're well read. Thank you, Justina. You just realize just the dark cloud takes over. You think it's a joke. This ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. I'm not talking to you about that. You know I'm not a religious person. This ain't got nothing to do with Muhammad. I'm telling you, man. There are people, Lady J, thank you. There are people, yeah? Some of you, there are people. Some of you might even be friends. You don't know who is who. The people that you like the most, oh, my best friends, oh, my baby girl, my friend for life. You don't know who they are. Their third eye is activated. You are spiritually blind. Some people are in your life because of the energy that you carry. They are just there as leeches. They are taken from you. They are sucking you like bed bugs. There's a reason. But you don't know. You don't know anything. You'll always remain like that. And that's the problem. You see, there's a reason why, we can talk about these stories. Oh, I know a guy that brought his wife. There are so many lovely people. What does it matter? A man, the point I'm getting at is, a man could be at the lowest point of his life and stuff. A true partner that you have genuine universal compatibility will never turn their back on you at the lowest point. They won't. You pull each other up. Doesn't mean you're not going to have your differences. Doesn't mean, are you now saying we should draw a battle line with our friends? Where did I say that? I'm not sure. I'm telling you, man. Oh, if you are under the impression that, oh, they just got pregnant with you as a baby and you just came to human existence and that's that, and that's all there is to life, yay, you're mistaken. You're totally wrong. There is a reason why the universe has brought you to this planet. Even if you're an identical twin, you're different from the other person. You're orito gbewaye yato, orimi yato. You understand? Some of you that have been watching me for a minute, I've said it before, even this whole diaspora, yeah? On paper, everybody wants to go abroad. Oh, greener pasture. Oh, Nigeria, this, the government. I get it. And I say that with all due respect. But do you know, if you align with your Ori spiritually, you probably are not even meant to be abroad. There are plenty of successful people in Nigeria, I'm talking hypothetically now, and based on facts as well, that they've never been abroad. And they are fulfilled, they are successful. A lot of you people that live abroad can only dream and wish to have a fraction of what they have in terms of asset, success, and everything. And they've never been to the US. They've never been to the UK. Odaki Edamo, Imbonyori Nyomisi. What am I called to do in this dispensation? So it's the same thing applies to. So I've said this before and I'll say it again. If somebody approaches me, hey Phrankleen, I've got this idea. I like your energy. Let's start shipping laptops, for example, computers, smartphones to Nigeria for sale. Now, to the eardrums, sounds like a brilliant idea. Like, come on, man. We'll definitely sell them in Nigeria. There's a huge market for it. Before I go into business with you, I'm telling you now, way before I found Ifa, that's why in life we just blindly make a lot of choices. Out of, yeah, I like you, man. Lola is a good friend of mine. Let's go. Let's ship let's ship laptops. Let's go. Now, I will divine my die falelori. If Ifa says to me, there's calamity ahead of you, do not touch it, or that person has a sinister agenda to swindle you down the line, don't do business with them. I don't have to come to you and say, hey, Ifa said you're a criminal. No, come on, man. Who does that? I'm just going to let it slide. I wouldn't touch it. Do you understand? I wouldn't touch it. I will protect my finance. I'll let it go. Fact. There are men who have married women who belong to some, who have some spiritual type of possessions about them. Let me not use the actual terms. They fly the clouds, if you understand where I'm coming from. If you as a man spend the rest of your life, every blessed day with that type of woman, because that woman belongs to an order where every goodness about you must be drained. They will utterly cage you and destroy you spiritually. You will never amount to anything substantive in life. Do you understand? In the physical realm of things, she might come across as the nicest of person. Spiritually, Toba Daifa, if you divine, if I would let you know that, oi, stay clear. I want Yami Ajibola. Fact. So imagine. So it's absolutely possible for you to just live years and cohabit with someone. Imagine somebody with the totally wrong energy and, you're busting a nut and making children. That person would also make sure that the children they make with you don't amount to anything in life. Because people like that, they have a blood oath in the realms. They are not for good. Your seed would also remain dormant. You can call me crazy. Omo. The only thing I feel bad about is, chai! It took me up until recent years to discover, in fact, I wish I had known this way of life way back. A lot of choices, a lot of decisions you wouldn't have. In fact, in the order of things, So because of the toxicity in our society, oh, this is why that's why I'm addressing it at its core. I said it earlier. There are plenty of women that are fouled for men. There are men that you know in the US today, they might be successful today, they're doing well. If you look at their story, who brought them to the US? It might be their wife. In fact, some of them, they end up dumping the woman that brought them abroad for various reasons. It might be cheating, it might be domestic abuse, it might be whatever. So many things, man. And vice versa. The toxic culture that we have back home, the idea of we should learn to cohabit. Cohabit. Yes, there's got to be respect, mutual respect, respecting boundaries. You know, you've got to respect your partner's choices and will, and yeah. But the whole idea of I own you. If somebody's been blatantly disrespectful, you check them, let them know. You talk about it. Communication, right? And see, some of these men, you play yourself. You bring a woman from Africa, you ask her to sit down. Don't go out. Don't say this. Shut up. Sit down. Stay with the children. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. It's our culture. It's our culture. Just one day. Just one day. That woman just walks into a local, maybe McDonald's. Can you consult Ifa on someone else's behalf? Of course. Email me, man. I can do that for you. It's not me, but I'm not a diviner. Come to me. I'm a divine for it. But let me say something. Let me put a disclaimer before I carry on. This is a very common habit with people. People like this. When a lot of people have problems, right? And I get it. You need to resolve your problem. But people, you cannot outdo the universe. People try to grunt to Ifa and all these things for quick fix. You know when I say it's a way of life, Fawa. So you still want to go back to your sky daddy, but you got a pressing problem now. You want to go to Ifa, please help me, help me. Oh, thank you, Ifa. And then on Sunday, oh, as I was walking down the road, the Lord Jesus ministered to me. You're not going to tell them in your church that. You get the gist? I see it all the time, man. People, you go behind the doors to go and get help, but you still want to go back to church. Oh, I bless the name of Daddy Jesus. He helped me. If you want to send me an email, man, my email address is at the bottom. Look in the description of this video. You see my email address, my foodchannel1960@gmail.com. That's all I'm banging on about, man. This thing is so prevalent in our society that in my closing remark, it has turned us to a bunch of poisonous and overly toxic people. You see, let me address this quickly before I forget. So there are cases of where men bring women to the West, and I've talked about this before. Bring them, I brought this woman. One thing, boom, she cleans me out. Oh, my clean you out. There are women, because there are some individuals, right? They are not for building empire, building a family together. No, they are chancers. They are looking for, they are looking for a springboard. Who is the springboard? You are the springboard. You thought Nkechi was into you from back home. No, Nkechi didn't have an environment to flourish. So you brought her here. She sees the soft landing and then the wings come out. You get it? Again, I take it back to compatibility. Nishori Bill, Oriele Dami, Mashesegbi. So the point I'm making is, before we get to the point of disaster, imagine a woman is taking you to the courts in the US. She's taken everything that you've worked for as a man. She's cleaned you out. You are sleeping on a friend's couch. You're broke. You're jobless. They're chasing you for child support. You've lost everything. You now, after the fact, you go and divine, and then you realize that you shouldn't even have married that woman. There's no quick fix. At that point, what you're finding out is, God damn. And then Ifa tells you that no, you shouldn't have. There was a Laura, or there was a Chinyere. There was actually the person you should have been with, but you chased Chinyere away. She's gone. Do you understand? I'm talking hypothetically. That's why some people will be abroad. I'll give you an example. There was a gentleman that I met on the high street, slightly older than me. He's been in the UK for 24 years, and we were talking passionately. This was early January this year, and he was just talking passionately. And he was like, Phrankleen, I love your channel. And he goes, bro. So he went home, long and short, to divine, Ifa and all that. He shouldn't have come to the UK because he said, Phrankleen, there's something about me. I lack fulfillment. Every time I put my hands on things, goals and dreams, things would appear like they're taking off. It would crash. I'm never fulfilled. He's a bus driver, right? He's just surviving. So he had to go and hit the reset button, went home and, went through some spiritual phase and help. The long and short was, he's someone that by his universal setting, calling, he is someone that would flourish. I think I've said this before, in the context of livestock farming, anything to do with farming. He's in London. He drives. He's a bus driver. He lives in the UK. He's married. He has 2 children. Orito Gbewaye, he's someone. I blocked you. I blocked you. So as I was saying, Orito Gbewaye, he's someone that should flourish, right? In the coast of livestock farming, agriculture. So I asked him before we parted ways, I said, what are you going to do? He said, oh yeah, retard. There's, those trolls and, don't worry about them, man. One of the greatest inventions on YouTube is the block button, okay? You would talk trash, you get blocked. But bus drivers earn good money. Fulfillment is not about earning good money. Do you know that if you exist in an environment that doesn't belong to you, events would happen in your life that would displace you? Believe me. So it's not really about the money. That's why somebody can work as a fine art teacher and they can flourish in the line of being into fine art as a teacher and all that. And somebody might be running a self-employed or self-owned business and stuff, and they're not doing well. Life. Fulfillment doesn't have a price tag on it. He has a lot of cobwebs in his life, a lot of complexities, I'm just giving you that as an example. Do you know hundreds of thousands, if not millions of us that have gone abroad. Everyone's gone abroad. Like, oh, I'm going to go to the UK. UK becomes an environment that you know, that you're used to, that you've acclimatized, you've settled down into and stuff. There are plenty of people walking down the road, jumping on the train, buses, waking up to go to their lengthy hours of work every day, and they lack fulfillment. There's a lot of people, they're dealing with massive level of confusion. Where do I start from? They just get on with it. They got children now, they're in their teenage years. They're trapped. That's right. Some people are not even meant to be abroad. Oh, wait. You think if you sit here and you think every single African that's gone abroad, oh, is meant to go abroad. It's a lie. I'm telling you. You're saying what of the people struggling in Africa? Don't confuse governmental failings, governmental complications that were created by unscrupulous humans. Don't mix that up with your universal calling. So I understand somebody might be in Nigeria, right? Earning 50,000 naira a month or 60,000 naira a month, and that's not ideal. If you align with your Ori, the universe is behind you. If you are bound to succeed in Nigeria, yes, you will. Believe that. You can't outdo the universe. Don't come here with your six senses and try to explain away. I'm telling you, man, that's the problem with humans. You can't outdo the universe. The powers that govern the universe, you can never. I've been to Nigeria. I was in Nigeria recently, right? All through February. I met a lady. She lived in, was it Germany for 9 years. She said she decided to move back to Nigeria. She supplies all these day-old chickens, these tiny, tiny yellow day-old chickens, bird food, and all these things. She's doing very well. She said, Phrankleen, I watch your channel. So I asked her, I said, well, did you get deported from Germany? She said, no, 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 no. She has a German passport. She said, no, I came home. She said, I lacked sense of fulfillment. She came to Nigeria to start because she knew that she wasn't in alignment. She's building a third home, a third house. She's in the middle of about 60% completion. Likewise, there are plenty of people that have lived abroad for donkey years and they don't have a plot of land to themselves. I always say this with all due respect. It's not because they are less of humans. I wouldn't call them any nasty names. If you're not in alignment with your Uri, you just keep hovering. You keep hovering. You keep hovering without fulfillment. There are people, let me shock you, that will be in an environment that they shouldn't be. They might have spent some years accumulating money from what appears to be good jobs, right? Ajalu made, calamity comes. Things will happen. Events will come, siphon all the funds. There's a reason. You know? Oh, somebody asked, let me respond to that. Somebody asked something earlier. Hold on. Does Ifa ever tell people to move from Africa to the West? Good question. Ifa is not the one to tell you, hey, you need to move from Africa. No. So let's say, for example, I'm contemplating on moving from Nigeria to the UK, right? I think, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the UK in the name of greener pastures, like plenty of other people, right? There's nothing wrong. If you look at that on paper, there's nothing wrong because I'm going there to hopefully better my life and be able to be a better person and all that. But I don't control universal forces. I don't really know what my Ori aligns with. Should I be in the UK? Do you get it? So I have the idea, I have the intention. Timbalo Daifa, I would divine and check. That's why, let me also put this. It's absolutely important that you align with truthful Ifa priests that are not manipulative, that wouldn't take monetary advantage of you, or that wouldn't see how bright your Ori is, and they would try to circumvent your journey. You dig? Now, if I then go divine, and the universe, and it comes out, the universe says, should you relocate to that country, Ajalu kom belojo waju, there's a calamity that will befall my person in the near future. Ogun anifesesi kon le shele. Bye, 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 bye. You can go there to do business, you can sell, you can buy, you can do vacation. To live there, your Ori does not align with it. So what do? Nobody's going to force you. You see, when an Ifa diviner tells you, it's up to you because you are the sailor, you are the pilot of your life. There are plenty of people that are dealing with calamities today. They've been warned more than 10 years ago. Don't go in that direction. It's human nature. We are very stubborn. Some people will just turn deaf ears and do it anyway. The calamity will come because you can't outdo the universe. So if Ifa says, "Ono wambe, orire wambe, aikubali oro, ire owo, ire àlàáfíà, ire ẹ̀mí gígùn, wàá rí bá ti ṣe, wàá rọ́nà gbégbá. If you get to America, wàá ṣe báyìí, wàá ṣe báyìí, wàá ṣe báyìí. But ṣọ́ra fọ́rẹ́ o, ṣùgbọ́n tó bá dọ̀hún, ṣọ́ra fóbìnrin. Ìkìlọ̀ wà fún ẹ. It's come out that the future is bright in the US. Go if you have to. Imagine if you get the divination and it says no. In the present, because where you are, what you can see is where you are right now. You might feel devastated, like, no. And people around you can call you crazy, like, bro, come on, man. What do you mean all this? They force you, they push you down the slope, yeah? You go anyway. They tell you, oh, that's rubbish. Fine. When the calamity comes, remember, you will be alone to deal with the outcome of that calamity. Those people won't be there with you. You understand me? That's why I'm not in monk. God told you, what kind of human being are you? So anyway, what happens to people who use the dark side of Ifa to harm others? Right. I like that. Ifa has no dark side. African spirituality are wide, has a dark side. So people use the knowledge of things. The universe is based on good and bad, right? So people use the knowledge, wider knowledge of Isheshe, African spirituality. I want to mind you up that, right? So the long and short is, like I was saying earlier, those with the third eye activated, they've seen a child or an individual, oh, Olo Gulele, and they use that person as a springboard. They tamper with their universal data set, Orito Gbewaye, yeah? Now, in the years to come, you might see them flourishing. They might have damaged that person spiritually and stuff, but you're not going to get away with it. The universe would demand. Payback will come. Humans, we are very complex. People do it all the time. That's why I always say, stay fortified. Fortify yourself. The only thing is they will rob you of time. They will rob you of the best part of your human existence. They will rob you of time. Wọ́n máa gba ìgbà tí ọ̀kókó lọ, wọ́n lè pa ẹ́ sáyé. You understand me? So you gotta be careful, man. Through Ifa, the person you call your best friend might be the person you need to disconnect from with immediate effect. To the normal eyes, you might think, oh, there's nothing wrong. We grew up together. We went to school together. He's a nice guy. I know his mom and dad. Be careful where you eat, who gives you food, how you eat externally, when you go to people's homes, the pillows you put your head on, you know. Be careful around people, man. There's a lot of very, 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 very wicked, evil people, man. Evil. Partners turn against partners. You dig? Yeah, I'm sure that you need. Are you legal? That's the point. Ifa is amazing to fortify yourself. So the way I'm sat here now, to ba sasi mi no ma down ni, o ma no le bura bi ajo. Because you are jesara wa ni. I can brag proudly. Oh, churale ni. Oh, good churale. We live in a wicked world, man. Especially in the black community. You would think that we would be more focused on working together to rise up. No. They are very, very occupied to tear each other down. And I'm telling you, man, the spiritual side of things is the darkest. The people that are telling you to go to church and go and pray, go and speak to one pastor, they're the ones that have nailed you right from when you were brought into existence as a baby. I wonder what endure. Mostly from within your families. Because why? When you were born, when your mother gave birth to you, they saw you from when you were conceived. They were there. So now you're older, you know, you're speaking grammar, you live in England. Those people, those energies are around you. They don't even need to see you every day. What it koemogi? He wore. Oh, Nilo. Oh, Wanila Jesara. Don't share any. Anyways, that's me done. Ifa is marvelous. Even if your own mother is unscrupulously doing something behind your back to sabotage your life, Ifa will uncover it. And even you, if you unscrupulously go before Ifa and misrepresent a particular narrative, Ifa will expose you. You see how it works? There is no bias. So if I go to an Ifa priest and I try to misrepresent a particular situation that's concerning me, and maybe I was the one that swindled someone of £1,000, and I'm trying to say, oh, there's somebody that's trying to kill me, Ifa will expose me as the one who stole somebody's money. Ifa ma so fun e to ba se bai, because why? If you go before Eshu, la lo girioku, you may end up dead. It's very potent. That's why your hands have got to be clean in order for you to demand equity. The dubious people running Africa, stealing the resources and all that, they don't like Ifa. They would never, because it's very, very potent. Anyway, that's me done. Thank you for lending me your eardrums and your eyeballs. And yeah, so compatibility checks, man. Do you have any relatable stories regarding these topics? Plenty. Send me emails if you have any questions and all that stuff. Annie's Platter. It's been amazing talking to you people. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't. And I'll most definitely catch you in the very next one, man. Peace and love. Send me an email to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. JR, what's up, brother?